He was, he is, and he will forever be the baddest man on this planet. Iron Mike Tyson! He is a boxer, a content creator. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the problem child, Jake.
The drama surrounding Mike Tyson stepping back into the ring at 58 wasn't just about a fight, it was about time itself. A legend once feared as the most destructive force in boxing, now standing across from a man born into a completely different era. Jake Paul wasn't just an opponent.
See more action. He just landed the overhand right, testing the beard.
He was a symbol of the sport's shifting identity, part fighter, part entertainer, and entirely unafraid of the moment. From the opening bell, the contrast was impossible to ignore. Tyson, still carrying that unmistakable aura, moved forward. With intent, his eyes locked, his guard tight. For flashes brief, almost haunting flashes, you could see it. The same explosive head movement, the same coiled aggression. He stalked Paul, cutting off the ring.
Holyfield, you get the gist. Tyson requested the 2-minute round,
Trying to force exchanges that once defined his legacy. But this wasn't the Tyson of decades past. The bursts came in moments, not waves. Paul, to his credit, didn't freeze under the pressure. Many expected him to run, to circle endlessly, to survive. Instead, he did something far more calculated. He boxed.
I like the fact that they keep messing with that mouthpiece.
oh,
That
the
ain't good.
top.
Calm, composed, and surprisingly disciplined. He used his jab, kept his distance, and tested Tyson early. And when his right hand grazed the legend in the first round, it sent a message. This wouldn't be a spectacle of nostalgia. This was a real fight. As the rounds unfolded, the strategy became clear. Tyson pressed forward, trying to close the distance, but his legs, once his greatest weapon, betrayed him.
For jab, well, right hand first, right there, and knock Mike off balance 2 times.
The explosiveness was still there in spirit, but the delivery system had slowed. Paul began to settle in, reading the rhythm, controlling the pace. He doubled the jab, mixed in body shots, and forced Tyson to react rather than dictate. Then came a moment that shifted the entire narrative. In the third round,
Nice 1-2 catches Tyson.
Paul landed clean, sharp combinations punctuated by a heavy shot that visibly wobbled Tyson. For a split second, the impossible seemed real. The baddest man on the planet looked vulnerable. Not defeated, but human. And that was the story of the fight. Tyson had his moments. A left hook here, a body shot there. Reminders, brief but powerful, of who he once was. But they came too infrequently. Between those flashes were long stretches where Paul controlled everything.
Jake having a hard time still, isn't it? And Jake's actually boxing beautifully here.
He boxed from the outside, stayed composed, and never allowed the fight to become chaotic. It was a performance built not on bravado, but on patience. As the rounds ticked by, the physical reality became harder to ignore. Tyson's movements slowed further. His guard remained disciplined, but the counters weren't coming. Paul, younger, sharper, and more active, began to outland him consistently. The numbers told one story, but the visuals told another.
Equal, you don't want to overhype.
This wasn't just a younger man winning rounds. It was time catching up, round by round. By the final 2 minutes, the fight had transformed into something almost symbolic. Tyson still stood, still fighting, still absorbing and pushing forward when he could. There was no quit in him. But the finish everyone once feared, the sudden violent ending, never came. Instead, the bell rang, and with it, a quiet understanding settled over the arena. After 8 rounds, the decision was clear. Jake Paul had done what once seemed unthinkable. He hadn't just shared the ring with Mike Tyson, he had beaten him. And yet, the result felt secondary to the moment itself.
The fucking difference in this shit. You stay on top of Mike, but then, no, you in and out with Mike.
Because this fight wasn't just about victory or defeat. It was about legacy meeting reality. About a legend proving his courage once more, even when the odds weren't in his favor. And about a new era fighter stepping into history, not by imitation, but by carving his own path. In the end, time remained undefeated. But Tyson reminded the world of something just as important: greatness doesn't disappear.
This one goes 16 minutes, and it ends.
It evolves, it fades, but it never truly leaves. So what did we really witness? Or was this simply the reality of facing a legend long past his prime? Let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this break,
just biting on your glove. What was that? Could you tell us?
Oh, I have a habit of biting my gloves when I fight.